Okay, so you guys have written all of the portions, segments of the plan, right? And now you're worried about how you put it all together. How do you make it fit? How do you make it look? All those other things. Let's take a peek then at least my opinion, and some of it's non-negotiable. Okay, so how should we start putting the whole thing together? First, you got to have a cover page. Everybody's got to have a cover page. I would throw out too that your cover page and then probably a blank back ought to be cardstock, right? For you guys that are putting it together here and getting it bound, right? That should be a cardstock. It's 10 cents more or something like that for those 2 pages.
We have
So
to actually print this? We have to actually print this?
yes, and bind it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, you want the front and back?
Yeah. Yep. So I think your cover page should be cardstock. Yeah, bless you. The things that would be on the cover page, of course, are going to include the business name, the address. That would be the mailing address, which might be your address, right, as opposed to the where it's going to be, right? And then the people that are involved in the project. Okay. Date. Who the presentation is for. In this case, it's for our class, right? So.
Does your logo go on the cover page?
Yeah. Let me, I'm not quite done yet here. You can have other pertinent information, like your logo would be fine. I've also said if you're particularly proud of your mission statement and it's short enough, it would look good on the cover page, right? I think that would be a nice thing if you're particularly proud of what you've written. Okay. So other pertinent information, maybe stuff that's specific as to your project. You could put on there. Okay. Keep it. Can you have pictures? Sure. Could you have, like I do for my PowerPoints? Could you have some background? Maybe that's fits your project. Don't put something in there that has absolutely no connection to your project. But it would be okay. It would be fine to have some kind of a background. other pictures, designs, those types of things that fit your project, the scope of your project. Okay. Table of contents, you'll do it last, but obviously it won't go in the back. It will go in the front. It'll be right after the cover page. But I say save it for last because you have to know where everything's at, right? Then, and some of these things need to be in this order for sure. The cover page has to be where it has to be. The table of contents has to be next. And then the executive summary has to be next. Okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about that. 2 pages, right, of executive summary. I'm going to go back, and when we talk about the table of contents, remember I don't expect everybody to go out and get the professional version of PDF because that costs money. Okay, you should easily be able to put all your word narratives into into numerical order. Number those, right, 1 through. And I don't care if it's at the bottom center or the top center or wherever you want to put it. It's fine. I would think bottom center would probably be most normal, but that's fine. Then your appendix are going to probably be divided into like A, B, C, and D or something like that. Okay, and then you'll have to go back and make sure you cross-reference, make sure that your references to those appendix are correct. Okay, and they wouldn't necessarily be numbered because you can't. It's hard to take those Word or those Excel docs and put those into a Word and make it look good and on and on and on. So. Okay. Remind me too. We'll talk about how to print out your financial statements and whatnot. Okay. Then I think that the description of the business should be the first thing that comes right after the executive summary. Yeah. along with the location, everything else that you have in the description of the business, right? That should all be in
Oh,
there.
so-
Right, no, that's not different. That's not different, okay? That's just stuff that you have within the description of the business, is the location, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, and then I think the organizational management plan should go next, right? Again, that's just the references, so again, that's not in addition to what you have in the organization and management plan. That should be your organization. Then I think the marketing. And this PowerPoint should be right on D2L, so you guys can look at it. But if you like typing out all these notes and writing them down, that's good. Okay. Then the financial plan. The narrative, just the narrative portion, okay? I would not try to incorporate the spreadsheets in with the narrative. It just gets too difficult. One, I don't like it there. You know, I would much rather, if I was reviewing this, I'd much rather be able to flip my deal to financial documents. That's fine, and then I can go right through them because I just want to look at them all in one place. Okay. Speaking of that, could you have tabs for your appendix? Sure, you could. You don't have to. Okay. But if you wanted to put tabs in there, that's fine. And in that case, you could label that something different. You know, if you wanted to say, you know, financial docs, marketing docs, you know, management and organization docs. Okay, that's fine. You could do that if you choose to. And then after the financial narrative, you would put in the supporting documents. I would put those in and make your appendix in the order of the rest of the stuff, right? So if you had appendix items that were going with the description of the business, that should be your first appendix, right? If you have appendix items, your management organization, if that's next, right, that should be your second appendix. Appendix items then for marketing, that should be your third appendix, or C, and then your financial one would be your last set of appendix items. Okay. So there it kind of all is in that order, right? Cover page, table of contents, executive summary, business scripts, et cetera, et cetera. Any questions about how we would put that together or otherwise organize it? If you have PDF Pro, that's fine. Okay, print out the Excel documents. Be cautious, right? The best way, maybe I can find an example here. Open up. Is it okay, for example, to print? I think you should, in fact. Let me show you. Print your like your monthly income statement. So if I go File, Print, print that one landscape, right? It's going to be a lot easier to read in a landscape format, okay? So go ahead and print it landscape. Yeah, I'm going to have to turn the book sideways. Make sure you put that in so that the top part of it goes towards the binding, right? Okay. You might have to change margins a little bit, or you might want to change margins a little bit if you want to make this thing, you know, grow it a little bit. You can usually find someplace down here where it'll say fit sheet on one page. That's going to be key. You might see that some of your balance sheets, they might be too long to fit on one page normally. Okay, fit them on one page. Otherwise, it's going to really screw up the printing of it. Okay, so we could take a look. Let's go do that. What would be the longest projected balance sheet? Let's just try this for the heck of it. Pages. Like, see, that says 1 of 4 because it doesn't have the totals down here, right? So that's kind of ugly. So I might want to enlarge my margins. Okay, that adds maybe a little bit more on there. No scaling though. I might fit sheet on one page. Now this has got all those instructions there. I'd definitely get rid of those, right? But then I could fit sheet on one page. Okay, that makes it too small, but if I got rid of these, it would make it quite a bit bigger then, right? You know, I wouldn't even have to get rid of it. I'm sorry. I could just come back to here and say page layout, print, let's, boom. You know, set print area, set my print area. Now I should be able to go up and hit print. Looks a lot better, but it still doesn't all fit. See, and then if I had to go to if I printed it like this, it's going to end up being on 2 pages. Yuck. Okay. It says fit sheet on 1 page. Oh, it does fit. I'm sorry. It is down there. I might have cut off just the line, the underlining of that. Okay. I think if you do that, if you narrow the margins, it'll look a little bit better on that particular sheet. Right.
So when you bring it over to print, or for them to bind it, do you have to have it all printed off, or do you just have a zip drive, or how do you do that?
Yeah, if you want to take it over, you can probably do it either way. They'll probably charge you if you print it over there. So
Take it where to?
to Media Reprographics, bottom floor of Cowan Hall. It's very bottom floor in the very east end. Okay. Yeah, so I'd print out all the Word stuff. The card stock, probably have them print, right? You know, your back page, you don't have anything, but your cover page, you might have to, you know, take that over and have them print that, because they got the card stock for that, so that would make
Can
some
you just
sense.
find that?
Yeah, they've got stuff there. You might want to go over sometime this week or next and just check, make sure they have what you want and whatnot, but they should have some card stock over there. You know.
Just go through a normal printer line.
Oh yeah, card stock should go through a normal printer. So that's fine. If you got some that's a little, yeah, card stock. You know, card stock's just a heavier paper as opposed to what you have here. But yeah, if you got print dollars or whatever, if you ran out, let me know. You know, and bring it in. I'll print it off here or something. That's not a problem. So, but go ahead and I'd print all the Word docs, all your Excel docs. You know, get those kind of organized. You can go over there. You can have them print off basically just the cover page and put it together for you. My guess is it'll be $1 or something like that. So, any other questions? No other questions, really? Okay. That's it then.